Hello everyone, you have come to Tata Comic Preview channel. Let read together. Have fun. Upon hearing the series of system notifications, Lu Zhou's heart moved slightly. He glanced at the system interface and saw the mission for disciplining his 10 disciples. He could not help but sigh. Conk was not entirely wrong. She only wanted to investigate her background and seek justice for Luo Xian. Such a filial person, how could her nature be bad? It seemed like she really inherited Luo Xian's character. In the end, Lu Zhou said, "How could I not understand your feelings? However, do you think you'll be able to investigate anything with your cultivation base? If a problem crops up, do you think you'll be able to solve it?" Conk was rendered speechless by Lu Zhou's question. Lu Zhou continued to say, "Let alone you, even if I go to the unknown place, I might not be able to protect myself. But I can't let my mother die in vain." Lu Zhou's other 3 disciples were stunned. Lu Zhou looked at Conk. Conk said, "My mother sacrificed herself to save me. If I wasn't injured, my mother wouldn't have died." "You don't have to feel indebted to Luo Xian," Lu Zhou said. "Your mother definitely doesn't want to feel this way." Conk seemed stunned by Lu Zhou's words. Lu Zhou continued to say, "If you want to investigate your background, you can. When your cultivation base is high enough, I'll naturally let you go. However, you can't leave for now." At this time, realization finally dawned on the trio. Zhenghai spoke up first. "Junior sister, Master is doing this for your good. Your cultivation is very weak now. Going to the unknown place is no different from throwing your life away. Although you have a 10-leaf cultivation base, you're lacking in combat strength and experience." Meanwhile, Yu Shangrong's voice was as gentle as usual as he said, "Why are you in such a hurry? Your eldest senior brother is a Wuqian. It took him 300 years to resolve the knot in his heart. As for your second senior brother, as a nobleman, I spent hundreds of years to resolve the limit of his lifespan. Wouldn't it be better to go to the unknown place once you're strong enough?" Little Yuan chimed in as well, "Little junior sister, I think eldest senior brother and second senior brother are right. Don't be stubborn." Conk looked at her hands. She had thought being a 10-leaf karmic fire user was enough. She did not expect that she could not even withstand one strike from her master. With such strength, what could she do in the unknown place? Conk bowed. Then, she fell to her knees and cowed out again as she said, "I've been foolish. Please forgive me, Master. It's good that you understand. However, let me tell you this. If you dare to go to the unknown place without permission, I won't let you off so easily. Yes. You inherited Luo Xian's power, but you didn't inherit her intelligence. How can I watch you go astray?" Lu Zhou said disappointedly, "Here's a music sheet. Take it back with you and cultivate." He brought out the music score for the pilgrim song from his sleeve and tossed it to Conk. Lu Zhou's understanding of music was not strong, so he only copied the pilgrim song. Conk understood her master's painstaking effort and immediately felt even more ashamed of herself. She cowed out again and said, "I will remember Master's words. I won't dare to forget them." Ding. Disciplined Luo Shirin. Reward, 1,000 merit points. Leave. Lu Zhou waved his hand. With this, little Yuan hurriedly ran over to Conk to help Conk up. The both of them left the literary star hall together. Lu Zhou looked at the moon and sighed. He had thought his youngest disciples would be the least worrisome, he really did not expect her to be the most worrisome. There would definitely be trouble if they went to the Great Void. The next morning. In the southern pavilion in the Golden Lotus Domain's Evil Sky Pavilion. 7th senior brother, everything and everyone are ready. All that's left is you. Si Wuya followed his master's instructions and packed up the ancient map in the eastern pavilion and all sorts of blueprints. He said, "I'm coming." Outside the southern pavilion. Zhu Honggong said with a meaningful smile, 7th senior brother, Princess Yangning came all the way from the divine capital to send you off." "Yangning?" Si Wuya turned around and saw Princess Yangning was indeed waiting at the entrance of the southern pavilion. He walked over to her. Yuan'er looked graceful and elegant despite being dressed in plain robes. Sister Zhou is busy and couldn't come to see you off, so I came. Wuya nodded and said, thank you. Yuan'er sighed before she said, this trip to the Red Lotus domain is fraught with danger. I know. You're always so confident, but humans are still humans after all. It's impossible for humans not to make any mistakes. I know. Yuan'er wanted to say a few more words, but she did not want to spoil the mood. In the end, she only smiled and said, take care. Wuya said, senior sister Zhou's cultivation speed is a little slow. I've drawn some formations, so please bring them back. Tell her that when she needs them, follow the instructions, and she'll be able to contact me or master. Don't worry, Yuan'er said as she rested her hands in front. You take care as well. These were the only words Wuya said before he turned and walked toward the sky shuttle. At this time, everyone had already boarded the sky shuttle. Let's go. I wish everyone success. Pan Zhong and Zhou Jifeng waved their hands. Buzz. The inscriptions on the sky shuttle lit up at this moment, and it slowly rose into the sky. Yuan'er raised her hand as though she wanted to say something before she stopped herself. She murmured to herself, take care. The sky shuttle flew toward the endless ocean. Inside the sky shuttle. Woof woof woof. Grunt. The wild boar and the dog seemed to be communicating. It was extremely lively. Eighth junior brother, I don't know what to say about your wild boar. Whenever the dog tries to communicate with it, it only cowers in fear, Mingxirin said disdainfully as he crossed his arms. Meanwhile, the four elders stood on the deck and watched. Zhu Honggong said, fourth senior brother, why don't we switch? I think the wild boar suits you rather well. Are you itching for a beating? Zhu Honggong did not hesitate at all as he said, fourth senior brother, I was wrong. Meanwhile, Zhenghai and Wuya stood side by side on the deck. Wuya, you've really decided to follow us there? I'm going to become moldy if I stay in Penglai Island. My master and his wife nagged me all day long. Sometimes, it's better to be alone in life, Zhenghai said with a sigh. When you arrive at the Red Lotus domain, you have to change your cowardly nature. I can't change my nature. I learned it from Mr. Fourth. You're not like him. You're as cowardly as a mouse. On the other hand, my fourth senior brother might look like a coward outwardly, but he has a sense of propriety and knows how to act accordingly, Wuya said. You're right. I surrender. Woof. 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 An hour later. The sky shuttle finally arrived at the shore of the endless ocean. Under Wuya's management, there were many golden lotus cultivators stationed at the shore. Dozens of cultivators rose into the sky. The four elders immediately manifested their avatars. Pan Litian, 9 leaves. Lang Luo, 9 leaves. Hua Wudao, 9 leaves. Zui Yushu, 9 leaves. The four avatars only appeared for an instant before they disappeared. Upon seeing this, the cultivators with keen eyes bowed in the air. It's the four elders from the evil sky pavilion. Let them pass. Pan Litian replied, thank you. It's nothing. May the evil sky pavilion safely return to the Golden Lotus domain. After the dozens of cultivators descended, they bowed in neat rows at the sky shuttle. Ding. Worshipped by 40 people. Reward, 40 merit points. Zhou was puzzled when he received the notification for the rewards of unexpected worship from 40 people. Then, he closed his eyes and continued to meditate on the heavenly writing. At this time, the sky shuttle was flying over the endless ocean. The modified sky shuttle was much larger than the sky shuttle that Zhou had traveled in previously. Not only was it larger, but its speed was faster as well. As the four elders looked at the horizon, they suddenly felt heavy-hearted and reluctant to leave. They exchanged a look and sighed. After 3 days, the sky shuttle flew into what seemed like an endless cloud of fog. Wuya said, don't panic. Master once said that we will have to pass through a seemingly endless cloud of fog when flying over the endless ocean. All we have to do is keep to our route and maintain our altitude. Splash. The sound of a sea beast jumping out of the sea rang from below. Seventh senior brother, could that be the colossal sea beast? Based on the sound, it should only be a small sea beast. There's no hurry. If we see the sea beast, we can part the fog and have a look. The sky shuttle maintained its speed as it traveled through the fog. In the sea, a group of flying sea beasts flapped their fins and formed a bridge as they jumped back and forth. There were many types of sea beasts. They gathered and fought for prey, flipping into the air before falling back into the sea. Then, what seemed like a huge wave with the width of a mountain range rose from the sea. Strangely, the gigantic wave did not disperse. Instead, it floated for a brief moment. When it sank into the sea again, only a colossal dark shadow could be seen. In the midst of the fog above the endless ocean, the sky shuttle flew forward steadily and quietly. The 4 elders of the evil sky pavilion took turns to man the helm. Creak. 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 When the sky shuttle creaked, see Wuya, who was resting, suddenly opened his eyes. Elder Hua. Hua Wudao smiled. They all had their respective roles, so he knew what to do. All right. Everyone turned to look at Hua Wudao. Hua Wudao stepped forward and the 6 compatible Daoist seal appeared in just an instant. The circular seal covered the entire sky shuttle, making it look as though it was within a bubble as it parted the fog. With his 9-leaf cultivation base, Hua Wudao chose to widen the range of his 6 compatible Daoist seal instead of focusing on its defensive strength. He expanded it until it covered 1,000 meters, widening everyone's field of vision. However, Hua Wudao said in confusion, the fog is really endless. We can't see anything at all. Creak. 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 The sky shuttle continued to creak as it moved. Let's try again, see Wuya said. I'll give it a try. Zhou Yushu gently tapped the coiling dragon staff on the deck. Bang. A wave of energy rippled out as several talismans flew up before they burned and turned into a tubular seal. It looked like a giant golden pillar of light. Since the purpose of the seal was to improve their visibility, there was no need to consider its power. Moreover, it also would not consume too much energy, and there would be no pressure to maintain it. The sky shuttle continued gliding on energy as the fog was pushed aside. At this moment, everyone saw the sea that was constantly surging with huge waves. As it turns out, it's the huge waves stirring the air and causing the sky shuttle to shake, see Wuya said. Everyone, be careful. The colossal beast that Master mentioned should be below us now. Zhu Honggong asked, 7th senior brother, how big is the sea beast exactly? I'm not sure. Master said to continue flying, there's no way we can fight it, see Wuya said. Won't you know after you experiment? Mingxirin asked. Everyone looked slightly excited. Only Zhenghai, who was holding his long sword and leaning against the wall, was sleeping. He drooled as he slept deeply. Everyone. Creak. 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 The creaking from the sky shuttle grew louder and louder. Splash. The sound of waves rang from far below. Based on his instinct, Si Wuya said, colossal beast. Everyone rushed to the side of the deck immediately. The energy seal parted the fog as the sky shuttle lowered its altitude. Stop. The sky shuttle came to a stop. Swoosh. An unforgettable scene appeared in everyone's eyes at this moment. They saw a mountain-like wave rose toward the sky before a fin flashed past their eyes. Is that a fin? How can a fin be so big? Zhenghai, who had just woken up, widened his eyes in shock. Stop making a fuss. You're too noisy. Mingxirin rolled his eyes at Zhenghai. However, just a second later, he cried out, it's really big. At this moment, the colossal beast twisted its body before it sank into the again. As far as the eyes could see, the sea level went up immediately. Si Wuya said, let's go. Speed up. Buzz. The sky shuttle picked up speed and moved through the dense fog. However, no matter how long they flew, they could still hear the sound of the rolling waves and feel the movements they caused from below. Woof woof woof. Xiongqi barked fiercely after it ran to the side of the deck. It bared its fangs and moved into what it thought was the fiercest posture and continued to bark. Stop barking. Behave yourself, Mingxian chided Xiongqi. Xiongqi whimpered twice before it fell silent. Zhu Honggong laughed before he said, fourth senior brother, your dog is really weak. Zhu Honggong did not hesitate to throw his pride away as he said in a gradually softening voice, but it's still stronger than me. The sky shuttle continued to travel through the fog for a long time, but everyone could still hear the sounds of the unnatural waves from below. They would occasionally use their energy to improve their visibility. At that time, Si Wuya would carefully observe the sea below them. The sky shuttle that their master had traveled in was shabby and small, while their sky shuttle had been modified and improved, and could carry more people. If they could not even withstand this bit of difficulty, it would be terribly embarrassing. The sky shuttle continued to travel forward. All of a sudden. Bang. 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 The sound of a fierce collision rang from up ahead. Zhu Honggong asked curiously, hey, there are movements up ahead. Seventh senior brother, what kind of show will we be able to watch next? Si Wuya frowned. After a while, a solemn expression settled on his face as he said, can I say that this show didn't appear in master's instructions? Zhu Honggong was taken aback. Soon enough, an expression of despair appeared on his face as he lamented, it's over. It's over. It's really over. As expected, plans can never keep with changes, and changes are evil. Shut up. Mingxian said as he rushed to the side of the deck. Hua Wudao said, I'll do it. A 6-compatible Daoist seal appeared. It seemed to cover the sky and earth, widening their fields of vision. An unbelievable and shocking scene appeared in front of everyone's eyes. An avatar that was more than 500 feet tall hovered on the surface of the sea, massacring the sea beasts. Everyone in the sky shuttle felt chills run up their spines. The size of the avatar aside, they were even more shocked by the avatar's black lotus. Black lotus? Isn't it supposed to be red? Zhu Honggong stammered. Woof. 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 Xiongqi barked fiercely. The Black Lotus avatar continued to kill all the flying sea beasts around it. Splash. A sea beast that was 300 feet long suddenly jumped out of the water as a low groaning sound rang in the air. In just an instant, the air seemed to turn still. All the water droplets were instantly frozen and turned into ice arrows. Hua Wudao's eyes widened as he cried out, I'll do it. Hua Wudao stepped forward and cast the technique he had spent his entire life working on. The 6-compatible Daoist seal. The 10 scripts of heaven, earth, life, death, water, fire, being, non-being, separation, and union flashed with golden light as they revolved around the seal, blocking the attack. Buzz. A buzzing noise rang in the air. The other 3 elders felt something was amiss and hurriedly released their energy to help Hua Wudao block the attack. Bang. 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 Ice arrows so numerous that it seemed they could cover the sky shot over and landed on the 6-compatible Daoist seal. Everyone turned to look at Si Wuya in unison. Mr. 7, what should we do now? Si Wuya said, try to circumvent the arrows. Yes. The sky shuttle changed direction. At the same time, the ice arrows continued to fall like rain and hit the 6-compatible Daoist seal. Hua Wudao, whose face was red from the strain of maintaining the seal, said through gritted teeth, help me. The other 3 elders extended their arms immediately and pressed them on Hua Wudao's back. Rich primal qi surged in the Hua Wudao's body, coursed through his 8 extraordinary meridians, and filled his Dantian sea of qi before the 6-compatible Daoist seal suddenly brightened again. However, the ice arrows showed no sign of stopping. In fact, they seemed to be getting stronger and stronger as well. After changing directions, the sky shuttle's speed increased. In just a blink of an eye, it flew hundreds of meters away. At this moment, another low groan rang in the air. It sounded more powerful than the one before. A freezing air permeated the entire place immediately. All of a sudden. Boom. A seemingly peerless force smashed against the 6 compatible Taoist seal. Hua Wudao staggered backward. Whoosh. The sky shuttle shook violently from the force of the impact. The inscriptions on the body of the sky shuttle lit up immediately. Wuya hurriedly pressed his palm against the body of the sky shuttle. Although it continued to creak and shake, for now, he was able to stop it from falling apart. "I'll block it," Pan Litian cried out. A conical shield appeared immediately. With this, everyone's vision became clearer. When they looked up 45 degrees above them, they saw a huge black lotus. Everyone held their breaths as though they had come to a tacit agreement before this. A complicated expression appeared on Wuya's face as he looked at the huge black lotus and the avatar's incomprehensible height. Soon enough, a name popped up in his mind. The Thousand Realms Whirling Avatar. A mystic sky expert.